Rochester's boys varsity soccer team is done for the year. After losing to Utica in the postseason in the first round, that ends our season for 2024. So as we always do every year, let's go over the scores for each game. In total, Rochester played 18 games, one of which was rescheduled due to bad weather. The season opener was against Sterling Heights all the way back on August 16. The first 4 games were home. Rochester won 7-2. The Falcons hosted Berkeley and lost by a goal on August 20. Following that, we got 2 more wins against Bloomfield Hills and Chippewa Valley. Our first away game took place at Adams. No surprise that they beat us 4-0 on September 3. We had a week go by of no games and then returned to the field. We hosted Clarkston on September 10 but sadly lost 1-4. 2 days later on the 12th we would go to Avondale and shut them out 8-1. Then we had Troy once again 2 days later, who defeated us 1-3. Following that we would host the Phoenix from Pontiac, in which we completely shut out with an 8-0 victory on the 16th. The following day on the 17th, Rochester played Troy Athens and got beat really bad 0-6 by the Red Hawks. The Farmington Falcons came to Rochester 2 days later on the 19th and the Rochester Falcons defeated them 3-1. And then there's Lake Orion with a 1-2 lead over the Falcons on September 23. Moving on to September 24, Rochester would play a conference game against Oxford. Sadly, it was a blowout for the Wildcats. Then a crosstown rivalry against Stony Creek 2 days later for Rochester to defeat them by a goal. Next was Seahome October 1, who beat us 0-2. The next day the Falcons would play Detroit Jesuit. The score was also 0-2, but this time it was the Falcons who came out on top. October 7 was Rochester's final regular season soccer game against the Lakers. The game resulted in a tie with both teams scoring 2 goals apiece. Then it was on to the playoffs for Rochester's season to unfortunately come to an end quickly. A loss against the Chieftains has ended the boys' varsity soccer season. 1-2 was the final score for that game. And that brings us to the end of the recap for the games. The 2024 season record is 8 wins, 9 losses and 1 tie. We did not win a single conference game, which isn't good. That is definitely something we need to work on going into next year's season. The Falcons currently sit in the OAA Red League, which is the best of the best. Sadly, we finished at the bottom of the league since we couldn't win a conference game. A lot of improvements are needed for next year. Anyways, let's end it off by playing the RHS fight song. Thank you for watching this end of the season recap video. Next year we will come back stronger. Until then, goodbye for now and go Falcons.